What's up, everybody? This is your boy, Ing Vendetta. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are having a good day. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. This is part 2 of the mukbang of the, let's call it the Los Pollos Hermano of September. Now, let's call it of August. That way, if I get it again, I can say something. We got a napkin. Sorry about that. So, if you guys are familiar with the channel, we had the first part of this on Friday. So last Friday. Today's Monday, the 4th. I mean, this is 4 days old, and it still tastes delicious. Good chicken. We have my, because I had to dry, because it came with a pack of 6 can. Hell yeah. And bro, oh, the chicken is not properly cooked. I put it at the microwave for 4 minutes. I'm sorry about the lack of video this weekend. Your boy has been busy, bruh. Just for life in general. Being trying to be social. This is so good. Might actually gold, but tastes still like gold. I was supposed to eat this yesterday, but after the drama yesterday, just didn't feel like having. Ooh, she's so. I'm not gonna talk about the drama. I'm sorry. Just the person involved in the drama is suffering from some deficiency, and they're more a victim than an aggressor here, right? And makes me think, what is what? It's basically I was talking with a good friend of mine, and we were talking about it. Like, yo, like, if I was in a private conversation with him, I could sort of like manage it. This is very public. To me, it's insanity because you do see, like, you have an idea of morality and your everyday life, but what if this morality or the sense of morality was changed by what you represent? For example, right? Let me give you a good example. Let me find a good example. You don't mind drinking from what? No, it's not good. Okay. When you have a shitty day at work, you smoke, you come back home, eat some edible, right? When I had depression, I used to do it. I don't anymore, but completely illegal in my country. And yeah, it really helped me. But now, when it's a conversation yesterday, like I said, some people, I should just an example of when you manage a situation, like imagine some stress. And me, yes, I said, when I had some edible, I was depressed, but it wasn't my only way out. I was talking to a shrink, I was talking to a social worker. She meant, well, I got a lot of people in my life that are there for me, you know? So, it wasn't an escape. I'm afraid that everybody see this You think, oh, this is the only escape, and abuse it. Which is not the message here. It's just a question of what's wrong, what's right. And since you have a brand, because I have a brand, it doesn't mean much right now, but I have to treat it like $1 million brand, because this is my image. As I said, Invaded isn't me. It is largely me. There's a lot of similarities, there's a lot of way we're acting together. We're acting in the same fashion, right? I'm not playing a role. I'm not being unauthentic, but I wouldn't come in game. I wouldn't come in life as I come in game. I wouldn't talk to a camera if it was only me, you know? A lot of the thing I'm doing, a lot of the everyday work I'm doing is completely affected by my persona online. And a lot of my persona online is affected by the person I am. Which is insane to say, because, you know, you see a lot of people. This is really good. It's fun because you see a lot of people in the social media sphere who play the character were fake, right? And it's hard to be a two-person. Like, just the simple difference between me and Vendetta. I'm like, holy shit, you know? I couldn't imagine being somebody else. When I'm talking about the good and the bad, it's odd because, you know, a lot of who I am is torn between good and bad. So I talked about it in a previous mukbang. And so creating in Vendetta. So as a person who was alone for a lot of his time in his life, or isolate himself on purpose, because I did isolate myself on purpose, my perception of good and bad was different, right? And because I had no social stimulant to push me in one way or the other. This is not okay, this is okay, right? When I start having some social activity, for example, work, when I was working at customer service, there's a couple of times when I was told, yo, what you're doing is not cool, what you're doing is manipulating. And like, holy shit, I didn't mean to do that. You know? So for example, the person I'm talking about for the drama yesterday, I don't have that idea that what I'm doing is bad. You know? And it's not because I'm seeing some. Okay, we're going deep today. I hate banning friend, but I banned 2 friends this month only. So the guy yesterday, it sucked because he doesn't know better. He has issue, and just the expression you use, the way you talk, I'm like, nah, bro, I can't allow that. That's fucked up, right? And I had another person that I banned this month, and them, I know I know they're aware of what they're doing, and it sucks. It sucks so much because at some point they were both my friends, you know. And I feel like myself, if a friend treat me bad, I wouldn't really care, because I'd be like, yo, okay, I know this guy is like that. I know this guy, I have to be careful around him. He's a friend, but he's not my best friend. And the reason he's not my best friend is because he's acting in a certain kind of way, and that is not cool. We're going to put back the food in the microwave. I'll be right back. Usually I would stop while the food is in the microwave, but fuck it. We're having a good time. At least I'm hoping that you're having a good time. This is pretty much something I'm learning right now. So this is something that can help you guys maybe. There's going to be time in your life we're going to have some friend. You're going to be like, okay, With them, I have to be careful. With them, and it's something sometimes as simple as, okay, well, this guy, I know he's not the best at keeping secrets. He's a good guy, but he's not the best at keeping secrets. So let's not tell him any secrets. The person I banned yesterday was saying things that weren't noble. But for somebody who doesn't talk to a lot of people, like myself, I put myself in his shoes. When I was 20 years old, and I had no friends, and I stayed in the apartment for fucking months, right? And I didn't have any idea of social cues. I forgot everything. If you saw a lot of movies, you're gonna see a lot of people are gonna see they're been alone for a while. They lose they're not good with people because they're not used to social interaction. Social interaction is a day to day. It's like a muscle. If you don't train them, it's gonna go super down, right? So basically, I put myself, and I was more understanding because I was like, yo, I try to fix it because yesterday I was like, I have to ban you because those kind of things I cannot understand. I understand. I didn't say that. I thought about it. I was like, I understand you're different. I didn't tell him that because that's rude. I was like, if you need to talk, I'm here, but we're just gonna be friends. I can't allow you in my business because I wouldn't want somebody in my business to be represented by somebody like you, right? And it's not because that guy has been very loyal, very, very friendly to me. Oh, it's complicated. This happened like a year ago too. I had a guy in my stream. So this is not me talking shit. This is just me stating facts. And hopefully that you guys are going to have people like that in your life. And you're going to be like, well, should I keep them in my circle or should I take them out? I had a guy in my streams about a year ago. The guy, I'm not, again, today is not about saying name. It's not about pointing finger. It's about me sharing with you guys as a content creator, what I'm facing. This is my everyday to day life, right? I have a playlist. Come with me at work. Well, this is like come with me at streaming. It's the same thing. So speaking of, I wore this shirt once at work and look at this shit, broken. Fuck. So I'm like, you know, it sucks because the guy I'm talking about a year ago, he didn't do anything to me particular. It was always, that guy with me was always nice. He was always super polite. He was always super friendly. He always brought something interesting to the stream. He had a lot to talk about. And I do believe that he was a really good person. I can look at myself and say, yo, I'm lucky to have a guy like that in my life. However, I'm so sorry. I had to stop the stream. I dropped the food. The food was from the microwave and it was too hot, and I didn't burn myself, but still it's very warm. I was saying, so again, this is not me trying to say, oh, this is good, this is not good. The person, it's weird because as a streamer, yes, this is a streamer, but this can also be as a friend. Because I'm a small time guy, and a lot of people that come to my stream, and a lot of people that come to see this, or a personal friend of mine, or not a personal friend that I met on in real life, but a personal friend I made online. So I want to be like I know it's too early to say, but I want to be like a good role model. I'm gonna create content that's impacting people in a positive manner. I'm gonna be like a fucking dick. I'm seeing people in my feed who swear, who were super weird. There's this streamer right now who's going viral for doing the wrong thing over and over and over again, and he has mental issue. In the past, we were saying that his mental issue now, so you can't really say anything because it's mental issue. However, the way he's acting is super not cool. So again, I was talking about the person about a year ago that I had to ban, right? And what happened? The situation that happened this week, right? It's a very similar situation. So basically, the concept behind the situation, the idea behind this confrontation, this conflict is, I'm doing something wrong, but since I don't know that's something wrong, and nobody ever told me, then it's not technically something wrong, because if I have morals and value, then I wouldn't be doing something that I know is wrong, because I want to be a good person. And I'm not saying that there's such a thing as an amazing person that will do everything correct. I think everybody in life, I think your closest friend, I think the person watching this, I think you're juggling with, sometimes doing the right thing, I'm doing the wrong thing. I think sometimes that you're like, oh, I should be doing the right thing, but you know, it's hard. For example, fuck. I was playing this game before yesterday, And they were like, yo, we're gonna give you it in the game. They give a note and say, oh, this is the way you should be the boss. I know it's not playing fair, but they don't play fair either. And it's funny because I'm pretty sure that a lot of us are juggling with, again, with good and bad, and that's a big part of my life. It's a big part of, again, like I was talking about with the social clue, like being told that you're manipulating, you're lying. When I was so used to lying to myself. I was so used to manipulating myself and making myself believe, being in denial, that those things were such a natural for me that I wasn't like, oh, this is bad. So it goes back to the concept of, if I don't know something is wrong and I'm doing it, well, until somebody tells me I'm wrong, I'm not technically wrong. Of course, the action itself is wrong, but I do believe that the idea behind a sorry, I'm repeating because all of this is coming from the top of my head. This is not prepared. I'm never prepared. I'll never be prepared. It's as authentic as it can be. Can I just try it? Thank you, baby. I do believe that a wrong action is a wrong action. However, I believe the intent behind the wrong action is crucial to judging a situation. For example, you got two men. Okay, let's talk to two men. They both stole the can of soup, right? The first one says, "Hey, I need to feed my family. I know I'm doing wrong. I stole. I understand that this is wrong. I'm sorry." And you got this other guy say, "Well, yeah, your price got higher from last week, and I cannot afford them, so I'm just gonna steal it." Like this big. Oh, right. This was not the plan. I was not going to talk about how good chicken is, how good life is, but hey, I guess plans are out the window. There's this huge problem right now in Canada, especially in Canada. I think worldwide, and I have to ask some friends tomorrow or the day after or whatever. But I'm talking about Canada, and besides, because this is close to my heart. This is what I know. I'm not speaking about what I don't know. I don't know fucking bromies. I don't know fucking My Little Ponies. I don't talk about My Little Pony, although I think it's a good show. I don't know. So there's this huge problem in Canada where the price of the grocery store is going higher and higher and higher, and it pushes people to steal. Now, do I believe that stealing is not okay? Sure. Do I believe that you need to feed yourself, and sometimes needing to feed yourself requires you to do something that's out of the realm of things that are moral? Absolutely. The problem with stealing is because of a couple of people that have low moral or are pushed to the brink. If they have low moral, I mind. If they don't have a choice, I don't mind. But I do understand. There was a place where my mom, she always sacrificed everything for me. There's a time where she needed to buy stale. She would only eat bread so I could have chicken like this. KFC chicken. As a kid, I loved KFC chicken, and I didn't understand that at the time because she didn't talk about it. But later on, I'm like, fuck. I appreciate what she did. She didn't have to sacrifice yourself. You didn't have to sacrifice. I would have been able to understand that. It's expensive. Mom don't have the money. Sorry. I would have appreciated it, but. She sacrificed a lot, and I believe that maybe that wasn't a wrong action. This was not teaching me the value of money. This was teaching me the value of, people are gonna sacrifice their meal for you to eat like you want, and that's not cool. So it's not a big deal per se because that's in the past. And like my mom, that's a mother sacrifice, that's a mother love, but there's an intent behind it. So again, the people that are stealing, I understand a lot of them don't have a choice, but some of them that do have a choice, that to steal, you're raising the price of food for everybody. So, for example, a company, they have a margin of credit, they have a margin of profit, they have a margin of, basically profit is the cost of your product. No, it's your total minus the cost of the product. Your total, no, sorry, my apologies. Your profit is, I learned that in school, it's been a while. Profit is your total revenue minus the cost of business. That's your profit. So a company that wants to be in profit are going to be like, okay, well, if it doesn't make profits, and everything is calculated. You're going to tell me, yeah, but sometimes the food is not good. Sometimes with a lot for the food, yeah, it's calculated. It's a cost of production. We call it in the business, we call it a risk. So we know that X amount of food is going to be wasted every week. And we know that this is going to be in between those prices. They're calculated, right? So if your profit margin is 10, and you want it to be 10, and the next week because people start stealing, it's 7. What you gonna do? You're gonna be raising the price. So people that are honest are gonna be having their price raised. There was this horrible. I love this. This is ADHD. Welcome to ADHD, guys. Lovely to have you. This is going from right to wrong. There was this horrible interview last month, 2 months ago, about a Walmart in Washington D.C. that was completely ravaged because people stole from it, and there was people that you could tell they didn't care. People, they were filming themselves eating at Walmart. I remember a group of young girls eating Oreos and Coke, and they probably didn't pay for it. They were eating in the store, and nobody gave a shit. That's that part. Like, I understand a company has to make money, but if you're seeing something and you just know that it's not right, it's not correct, you have to intervene. You have to teach my generation. As a person that's 30 years old, I'm not a father yet, but I see young people around me, and I want to be a role. I don't know if I can be a role model, but I want to show the good person. I had a lot of good adults in my life, but as a young guy, I had a lot of good adults in my life that pushed me in the right direction. I think that if I didn't have those adults to push me in the right direction, who knows? I think that I'm seeing, and again, I'm not judging. You do whatever the fuck you want. I'm seeing a lot of parents with their kids on their phone. And although I do understand that, a phone is a rush of adrenaline, a rush of serotonin, or endorphin. I'm not sure which one of this it is. And I can understand it's hard to get away from the phone. You still have the kid. You still have to raise it, right? Raise him, raise her, raise it, raise they, them, raise whoever the fuck you have as a kid, right? So I'm seeing this and I'm like, okay, well, I had good role model, and they weren't all my parents. Majority of my role model weren't my parents. My parents did a great job. They did amazing. They did all they could. They were only 2 people. And there's an expression in French. It said, it takes a village to raise a kid. And I'm lucky because I had a good village to raise me. All of this to say, all of this giant detour. We fucking traveled worldwide just to get to the city next to us. There's this guy who before yesterday he came and he said some fucked up shit in the chat. I know he doesn't do it on purpose, and I'm like, ugh, it's not your fault, but you understand that I cannot allow that on my chat. If you want to have a talk with me in private, we're good. I just cannot unban you. I have to ban you because you're out of control. And that's life. And the person was like, yeah, I understand. And today they unfollow me on everywhere. So sadly, I had to make that sacrifice. It sucks. I was talking about a guy a year ago that treated me well. And that's the hard part. Because those two, they're very, very similar. They're good people at heart. They just don't understand that sometimes what you do is not okay. Like the guy was flirting with every single lady in my stream. I didn't know. When I knew, I confronted him about him. And when I saw that he wouldn't change, I banned him. And the sad thing is, when I banned him, he wrote me a message saying, hey, I was always nice to you. I was always supportive of you. And you just kicked me off to the curb. I did feel bad about it. I did feel bad because I understand that socially it might not be as easy for some people to meet. My streams are not a dating place. If people in my stream fall in love, fuck, I'm fine with it. But if there's a person in my stream texting every single girl that comes to my stream and saying, hey, I have OnlyFans, but for you it's free, now we have an issue. And it sucks because I had another friend who I had to ban, who I had to block everywhere. And this guy was completely, I'm not saying normal, but it's not the right word. Because those people, even though they weren't socially apt, they weren't, I'm trying to be nice because those are people aren't bad people. The next guy is not a good person, but those two, they're good. They're unaware. They're socially unaware. What they did. And the sad thing is, the guy who was flirting with the lady, I don't think he knew that he was wrong. I don't think he said, yo, maybe if I go on Ing stream to pick up ladies, it's gonna hurt in the long run. And personally, I'm still a small streamer, so whatever happened, I don't give a shit. But the thing that you guys don't know about me, I was supposed to have a sister when I was born, but she died. So I'm always protective over girls. You know, just a part of me. And I want people to be able to go in my stream and not be afraid that, oh fuck, I'm gonna get harassed in the DMs. It's not cool. It's not cool. I'd rather lose a couple viewers than have a situation, you know? For example, the other guy, was a really good person in the beginning. He was a real good friend. When I had my depression, he was the first to call. This guy left, we were DMing. He was coming to the stream. I know it sounds like coming to the stream makes you a good friend. It doesn't. The fact that you're a good person makes you a good friend. And the guy, he would always be super kind. You know, watching Cyberpunk together, and bro, and Cyberpunk is that they have this lingo, right? They have those expressions to be more immersive in the game. Fire. I'm not sure why I'm playing with fire. Don't do it. So yeah, so this guy was coming into the stream and he was like super cool. And then I don't know what happened. It was self-promoting a lot. So we kind of stopped talking, but then I missed my friend, so I would talk to him, and when I was talking to him, I would be left on read. Now, if you don't want to talk, it's cool, but leaving somebody on read multiple times, somebody that you call friend, it's not cool. If you're dealing with shit, there's a reason. But if you're like, yo, I need space. And I understand that means that asks a lot, but as somebody who was able to tell his people, like, yo, I need space. I took off from Instagram because I needed space, right? And I was able to say that, yo, I have to get out, right? I think that's something that's important. I have to come back. So, yeah, so the guy, he started coming to, he was depressed, and he was self-promoting every day, so I was like, bro, don't do it, please, I need space. And he did it again. I deleted Instagram. We did that for 2 months, and the first thing he said to me was, still promote. And I blocked him because I was like, no, I'm not gonna give up on Instagram. I'm having a good time. I'm doing better. You're not being a good friend, because he didn't talk to me for 2 months, right? And then he texted me, and he texted me a link to a video. I was like, nah, bro, nah, we're done. So you see, we're talking about the good versus evil. We're talking about something that's good action versus evil action. We're talking about what could justify an action. And we're talking about people that are unaware of their action versus people that are aware of the action that just don't give a shit. You know, and I'm not saying I have to eat because otherwise I'm gonna get cold again. I'm not saying that you should wonder, like, for example, I'm not saying that you have, everybody could be a bad person. Most of your friends, you're gonna have a fight with them, and it's fine. For example, my neighbor, if you guys don't know, look at this shit. I got a gym. Because, again, self-isolation. And, the guy knows that I have weight, so he came to get the weights. And I don't have a problem with that. However, it's been twice. Would agree on a month. I don't mind being neighborly, but if you're gonna take advantage of my kindness, that's not cool. In a month, you see I had to wait. Within a week. Now, arguably, I don't work out that much. I don't work out at all, actually. I'm gonna start working out to the winter, right? But even if I'm not working, even if I'm not using them, it's a question of principle. You borrow something, you have to bring them back. And if you have this again, his excuses every time is, oh, you don't work out, you don't use them, so why not? This principle. Man, when you're lending something, you shouldn't have to go and get it. No. It was a different thing if he was like, yo, we need them for 2 months. Okay. But no, he said one day. He said, I need them today. And I was like, don't worry about today, bro. I'm going to give them for you for a week. Take them for a week. Been a month. Again, that's somebody that's aware of what they're doing. They're aware that they're doing the wrong thing. They just don't care. And to me, it's not so... It's not necessarily a bad thing. Maybe he thinks that, oh, well, if I'm using it more than him, I've got a better claim at it, right? And they're only material. Like, material don't follow you in the next life. Everything that material doesn't mean shit in the very end. But principle. There's something... I'm going to talk about as being a man. That's all I know. My father told me when I was young, still very young. He taught me the importance of a man's word. Your word, your bond. Those were a lesson I was taught. Sucks. This is a lesson I was taught too young. You don't teach a 4 years old about a man's word honor. You don't teach him about that. Just say, hey, you gotta be nice when you talk to other people, right? What can I do? But at the very end, it's a lesson I learned, no matter what. And I do agree that a person that has his word, I'm saying a man, but everybody should have their own word. And if they're doing something or saying something and they don't do it, then I don't think... I guess we're going in the argument of if you tell something and you don't do it, it's lying. I'm not sure I agree with that. I'm not sure I agree with... Because, you know, it's funny. It's really funny because I'm not sure a lot of people are going to be agreeing with that, but I wouldn't say that lying and being dishonest is the same thing. I think you can be dishonest without lying. I think being dishonest is super easy. Oh yeah. This is good. I think I'm full. That's good chicken. But it is positivity in what I'm trying to say. No. There's a lot of positivity in what I'm trying to say. When I started the job I have right now, I wasn't socially as apt as I should be. Put it like that, right? And I said this story multiple times, but I was met with kindness. I was met with fucking respect. I was met with a sense of family, a sense of community in my workplace. And I'm like, wow. And trust me, when you're alone for a long time, you become very doubtful of people. I mean, a lot of people are gonna say being alone is dangerous, and it's very dangerous because you become self-sufficient. You become aware of how easy it is to be alone. You become aware of how easy it is to be able to live a life completely alone. And sorry. I'm so sorry. You know, it's kind of nice because the way I saw it, I was like, okay, well, they have my back, and I'm super, super happy, and I'm very generous. I'm very grateful, for that. And there's a part of me that says, yo, there has to be a price to that. And it wasn't a price. I was just stupid. What could I say? What can I say? And I later learned that people, they were kind. Um, I had a discussion with a friend on Fortnite. Um, and now that I think about it, I'm able to more explain myself a bit clearer. Um, the kindness they showed me at work, I thought it was them being kind for me to be kind. But it's like, yo, it's more like I'm a good person. I'm kind to you. I'm generous to you. I'll respect you. But you have to, it's not something that you're going to get for granted. Don't take me for granted. If you don't deserve this, I'm not going to be polite or nice to you always. If you show me that I can be nice to you, if you show that you deserve to be nice, then I'll be nice. But this is not something that everybody's going to have. And I think this is such a important lesson because I've been talking about people fuck you over and everything like that. But there's a lot of people that are just wanting to be nice, and I think I'm a person that's nice, and people that abuse my kindness, so I was less able to be. It's funny because there's two answers possible, fight or flight. So as somebody that was kind, when somebody took advantage of my kindness, I was like, okay, well, guess what? I don't want to be kind anymore. That's a wrong answer. You shouldn't punish everybody because uh you, a handful have been mean to you. You should punish everybody because everybody deserves to be punished, right? And I don't think this is ever gonna happen. I don't think evil is inherent. I believe that there's a justice, there's a balance, there's a good versus evil in this world right now, and it's been in this world for as long as we can tell, and as long as we will be able to tell, you know. I learned, thanks to them, I learned that not because if somebody is nice to you, you have to keep being worthy of their kindness. And yeah, at the end of the day, I'm very grateful. It's funny because it's very funny. You're so self. This is to me. I'm saying this to myself, but I'm also saying this for a lot of people. You're very self conscious of how kind you are, how you being perceived. But you're not being very. It's hard to say, yo, you've been a dick. It's really easy to say, yo, I've been a dick. I don't deserve to be um to get nice thing today. For example, I did something I was wrong. Something as simple as I was at the grocery store. That is thing and special. I know there was a, I know there was somebody behind me. I took the nicest piece. Let's say there's some chicken. I took the nicest piece, and behind me there's some people. There's probably a family there, and I'm alone. And I took the chicken because it was a better piece. I think this is not super cool to do. I think this is not very selfless. I think this is very selfish. Um, so it's easy to say you fucked up. It's hard to say like, yo, how do I react to this person treat me? I was talking about how people can be unaware of them being mean, but I also mean that people can be unaware of how their action is gonna affect other people. You know, for example, the person that came into the chat yesterday, although they said something fucked up, I don't think they were thinking that, yo, this guy is streaming. This guy puts every stream on YouTube. This is gonna be for the archive. This is gonna be a video that's gonna be there for 10 years plus. He didn't think about that, and he shouldn't think about that. This should be on me. But there's a minimum decorum. There's a minimum to of and when in French is savoir vivre. Savoir vivre is um I guess we could call it common courtesy. It's the basic of living in society. I think it's super important. Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream here. I'm full. I'm completely full. I'm gonna go to sleep actually, because tomorrow I got a busy day. But yeah, but I love that you matter, and thank you for being here with me. I'm sorry I didn't eat much. It's just full. Telling you, this chicken is rich as fuck. Friday I had a hard time finishing 8 pieces. Today we ate 4 pieces. We'll take it tomorrow. As always, I know that you matter, that you care for it, and if you're one of the person I was referring to, um, in this very very video, There's no problem. I'm not holding grudges. I don't hold grudges. Unfortunately, if I ban somebody, this chance of them being unbanned is very very slim to none. Let's be honest. And yeah, I don't wish ill on anybody. Um, I just have to. I have the responsibility to people that come to watch me. I have the responsibility to give them a safe environment, a environment they can enjoy themselves. I have I have responsibility, you know. And yeah, no head is. I love you guys. Peace.